Oh no, it wasn't just about when I first stepped into the neon-lit streets of Metro City. I thought the night would be simple. Just another run, just another dare. Nothing more dangerous than dodging a few security cameras and creeping past bored guards. The mission was ridiculous. Sneak into an abandoned office building and steal a random phone. A prank, they said. A challenge. A joke. But jokes shouldn't whisper your name. The building stood crooked at the end of an empty alley, flickering lights humming above like dying fireflies. I pushed open the front door and it moaned as if it hadn't been touched in years. Dust danced in the air. Paper scraps lay scattered on the floor, like someone left in a hurry, or never left at all. The phone was supposed to be on the top floor. At least, that's what the message said. But the message came from a number that didn't exist. I climbed each stair slowly, trying to ignore the strange static drifting through the halls. It wasn't coming from the electricity. There was none. It was coming from somewhere deeper, like the building itself was trying to dial me. The farther I went, the more the air tightened around me, thick with cold silence and something else. Something watching. On the top floor, the office was completely empty, except for a single desk standing in the center. And on the desk lay a phone. Old, cracked, dark grey, but its screen glowed faintly, showing no apps, no icons, just a single blinking message. You shouldn't be here. My heart froze. Then the phone buzzed. A call. No number. No name. Just a ringing tone that didn't sound human-made. Too distorted. Too hollow. Like something underwater trying to speak. Against all logic, I answered. At first, there was nothing. Only static. Then a whisper slid through the speaker. Cold and slow. Give it back. The line cut. The office door slammed shut behind me. I spun around. The hallway lights snapped off one by one, each pop echoing like a distant scream. The darkness moved. Not settled, moved. I ran. Down the stairs, skipping steps, clutching the phone as if throwing it away would kill me faster. Shadows slithered along the walls, chasing me with long, jagged movements. I could hear them breathing, like the building exhaled with every step I took. Halfway down, the phone buzzed again. Another message. Too late. The lights exploded above me, showering sparks everywhere. A tall, twisted outline crawled out from the hallway, its limbs bending in impossible angles. Its face was blurred, glitching, shifting like a corrupted image. It reached for me. I burst through the exit door and stumbled into the street, gasping for air. The moment I crossed the threshold, the creature froze at the doorway, as if it couldn't leave the building. The phone in my hand stopped glowing. I should have dropped it right then and there. But I didn't, because the screen lit up again. A map, my location, and another building marked in red, blinking slowly. A new message appeared under the map. Next. I realized then that stealing the phone didn't just trigger something inside the building. It connected me to it. Or to whatever lived inside it. It wasn't just a device. It was a key, a tracker, a curse. And it wanted me to go somewhere else. The phone buzzed again. A voice message this time. I didn't press play. I didn't have to. The message started by itself. Whispers flooded out of the speaker. Overlapping, desperate, terrified. Like dozens of people trapped inside, begging for a way out. And under all the voices, a deeper one rumbled. Bring it home! My skin crawled. My legs moved. I didn't want to, but something pulled me. Like invisible strings tightening around my mind. guiding me toward that blinking red mark on the map. The city grew darker around me, streetlights flickering as I passed. My reflection in the windows warped, glitching like the creature in the building. The phone vibrated so hard it nearly slipped from my hands. Another message. Hurry! I wasn't the thief anymore. I was the one being stolen. And somewhere in the shadows behind me, the creature followed. Slow, patient, hungry. The night was just beginning. H1, steal a phone. Part 2, the signal follows. P, the city streets felt wrong. Not dangerous, not empty, wrong. Like every alley had shifted slightly. Every sidewalk stretched too far. Every billboard stared too long. Metro City had always been a living labyrinth, but now it watched me. The phone screen glowed with that blinking red marker, pulsing like a heartbeat. Mine or it? I couldn't tell anymore. I kept walking, drawn forward by something I didn't understand. Not a lure, not a threat. Something colder, a command. The deeper I went into the industrial district, the quieter the world grew. No cars, no people, no wind. Even the neon ads above had frozen in place, their animation stuck mid-frame, like the city was buffering. The phone buzzed again, a long, dragging vibration that felt more like a warning than a notification. Another message appeared. It's close. I didn't know what it meant. The building? The monster? The next location? Or something else entirely? Ahead, an old warehouse loomed against the sky. Massive and windowless. The red marker on the map matched perfectly. I stopped at the entrance, staring at the rusted metal door coated in scratches. Some were shallow. Some went so deep, they bent the steel. Something inside wanted out, or something outside wanted in. My fingers trembled as I touched the handle. The moment I did, the phone lit up again. A new message. You're not alone. The door creaked open. Not by me, by itself. Inside, cold air rushed out, carrying the faint smell of old paper and burnt plastic. The warehouse was huge, empty except for rows of tall shelves holding hundreds, no, thousands of identical grey phones. All broken, all cracked, all glowing faintly like dying embers. I stepped inside, heart pounding. The door slammed behind me, sealing the room in darkness. Only the tiny lights from the phones illuminated the space, twinkling like stars in a dead sky. Then, as if connected by invisible wires, they all powered on at once. Screens flickered, static filled the air, and thousands of voices whispered at the same time. Give it back! The shelves began to shake. Phones dropped, screens cracked, but the whispers only grew louder. My phone vibrated violently in my hand. The screen glitching into something new, an image. Blurry at first, then clearer, shaping into a face. Distorted, half missing, half smiling. The same face that stalked me in the office building. A cold voice seeped through the speaker. You took the first one. The warehouse trembled, dust falling from the ceiling. Now you must take the last. A spotlight snapped on overhead, illuminating a lone pedestal at the far end of the warehouse. Another phone rested on it. White, untouched, perfect. The room pulsed with whispers. Take it, take it, take it. I backed away. No, I whispered. The shadows between the shelves came alive, twisting, crawling, growing into tall, broken figures with jagged limbs. P, the warehouse filled with them. Dozens, hundreds. Each step they took sounded like shattered glass, sharper and closer every second. My phone buzzed again. A single, final message appeared. Run. I didn't need to be told twice. I sprinted toward the pedestal, dodging shadows that clawed at my clothes, scraping metal along the floor. The white phone glowed brighter, illuminating the darkness around it like a beacon. The moment I grabbed it, everything stopped. The creatures froze. The lights flickered. Silence swallowed the world. Both phones, the old cracked one in my pocket and the new pristine one in my hand, activated at the same time. 2 screens, 2 messages. The cracked phone read, "You stole the first." The white phone read, "Now steal the rest." The warehouse doors burst open in a roar of static wind. And outside, in the endless night, thousands of glowing markers lit up across the city map. One for every phone that had ever been stolen, lost, or forgotten. I wasn't being hunted anymore. I was being recruited. The world dimmed, the screens pulsed, and the shadowed figures all bowed their heads toward me. The cracked phone buzzed one final time. "Welcome to the network." End section. Off scene, okay? Network. Together, we've built millions of companies. We've sold 150 global warranties. H1, Steal a Phone Part 3, The Network Awakens. The wind outside didn't feel like real wind. It didn't move the trash on the streets, didn't rustle the papers, didn't sway the broken neon signs. It just passed through everything, humming with static, like a living signal searching for a connection. When I stepped out of the warehouse, both phones vibrated at once, syncing in a rhythm that made my skin crawl. P. The cracked phone showed nothing but distorted static patterns. The white phone displayed a pulsing symbol, 3 circles connected by a single line. Underneath it, initialize. I didn't press anything. I didn't have to. The white phone clicked on by itself, projecting a holographic map into the air. The entire city stretched out before me like a glowing blueprint. Every district marked, every street traced. And then it marked a point, a bright, burning point deep underground. The screen flashed, Node 1. The cracked phone buzzed violently, its speaker screeching with feedback. Something inside it was waking up again. Words forced themselves onto the screen. Don't go. The message flickered. It changed. You're not ready. The shadows behind me shifted. Not the creatures from before. Something larger. I ran. Metro City didn't look the same anymore. The streetlights flickered in perfect patterns. On, off, like Morse code pulsing along the roads. Cars sat abandoned in the middle of intersections, their radios hissing faint whispers. Skyscraper windows glowed like screens, displaying strange symbols that moved like corrupted code. Everywhere I went, the phones guided me. One urging me forward, one begging me to turn back. The deeper I went toward Node 1, the more the world felt empty, drained, silent enough that I could hear my own heartbeat echo. Finally, I reached the spot, an old subway entrance sealed by a metal gate. The white phone flashed. Open. Before I could move, the gate unlatched itself and slammed upward. A cold gust of air washed over me, carrying the smell of oil, rust, and something electrical, like burned circuitry. I descended, step by step. The subway tunnels were darker than night, lit only by occasional sparks from broken wires. As I walked, the advertisements lining the walls flickered to life, showing old missing person posters that had been updated with new faces. Faces I saw in the warehouse. Faces now twisted into static masks. A low rumble echoed through the tunnel. Not a train. Something crawling along the tracks. My cracked phone vibrated. It's coming. The white phone countered. Keep going. The sound grew louder. Metal scraping. Wires snapping. A deep gurgling static. I pressed myself against the wall, just as something huge slithered into view. It moved like a centipede, made of shattered monitors and twisted cables. Its glowing screen heads flickered with faces, dozens of them, crying, screaming, laughing, pleading for help. It didn't see me, yet. The white phone glowed brighter, casting a faint circle of light around my feet. Stupid, obvious, exposing me. And the creature turned. Its body twisted unnaturally, monitors cracking open like jaws as it lunged toward me. I sprinted deeper into the tunnels, the ground shaking with the creature's pursuit. Sparks rained down as it scraped along the ceiling, shattering pipes and bursting bulbs. Reaching the next platform, I slid under a fallen column and rolled behind a row of benches. The creature's shadow stretched across the tiles as it scanned the station, screens glitching faster, desperate. Then the cracked phone buzzed. Loud. Too loud. The creature snapped its head toward my hiding spot. I grabbed both phones and ran. The tunnel ahead glowed with a faint white light. I bolted toward it, jumping over tracks and dodging debris. The light grew brighter, blindingly bright, until finally I burst into a huge underground chamber. A place that looked nothing like a subway. Rows and rows of massive machines lined the walls, towering server towers wrapped in cables thicker than tree trunks. Screens covered every surface, all showing streams of corrupted data. The entire room hummed like a sleeping beast ready to wake. Node 1. The white phone pulsed in my hand. The cracked phone shivered violently. Between the machines, a single chair faced a glowing terminal. Someone sat in it, not moving, not breathing. Their head covered by an oversized headset. Wires drilled into the sides of the chair. Their fingers frozen above a keyboard covered in dust. The terminal displayed one message. Connect user. I approached. Slowly, the person in the chair suddenly inhaled sharply, like waking from a nightmare. Their head twitched. Their voice cracked like broken speakers. You shouldn't have come. I stepped back. Who are you? I asked. Slowly, painfully, they turned their head toward me. Their eyes were gone, replaced by small glowing screens. Their voice layered with a dozen others. I was the first thief. The cracked phone buzzed. The white phone glowed. The person in the chair smiled, glitching between human and static. And you, they whispered, are the last.